True Draco versus Lightsworn, I think, is uh, fairly the fairly good for Lightsworn because Draco doesn't usually play any hand traps. So when Lightsworn goes first, it can usually go crazy. If it even draws just one Predator Plant or one left arm offering, there's not much that Draco can do. Like Draco, technically, it can break the board, but it's not easy because Lightsworn usually makes a couple of Omegas in between. So Draco will definitely be limited in options. And of course, you can like have a lucky day and they Omega 2 or 3 cards out of your hand, and you are left with Desires, Demise, stuff like that, and so you can still win. But that's unlikely. Going first, however, or when Lightsworn breaks, Draco has a great chance, especially when they use floodgates like the Monarch's Erupt, which is like Lightsworn really can't deal with the Monarch's Erupt. Like they really need to draw grass and then mill the Spirit Master to banish it with snow to get rid of that card. Otherwise, they'll lose to any floodgate because they usually don't have any outs to it in the main deck. Post side, it's really difficult. Lightsworn can side outs to floodgates, but they're not that likely to see them because there's 60 cards. So post side, it really is kind of the same thing as before side. Because the Draco matchup, the Draco deck also doesn't have great tools against Lightsworn in their side deck typically, because there really isn't something that really beats Lightsworn in particular. It's more like hoping they can't go off because it's a relatively inconsistent deck. Draco, of course, they still could side Ash going second. That can definitely help. But overall, I feel like that's a more 50-50 matchup, also depending on the draw and the skill of the player.